Good morning, class. Hope you're having a nice, safe, warm snow day today. I wanted to make you a quick video on how to do today's assignment. So we're on the third part of section 9.1, where we will be doing some operations with radicals. So this is pretty straightforward. I'm going to go over some very basic examples, and then I'm going to pick a few problems from your homework to go over with you. So first of all, want to bring this back to variables. If I went 2x plus 3x, we would combine those together using combining like terms to say the answer is 5x. If I took those same numbers, 2x times 3x, I would go 2 times 3 multiplying the coefficients would be 6, and then x times x would be x squared. So what we're going to do today is expand that idea into radicals. So just like 2x plus 3x, if I had 2 radical 5 plus 3 radical 5, the answer would be 5 radical 5. If I had 2 radical 5 times 3 radical 2, I would multiply the coefficients together, giving me 6, and then I would multiply the radicals together, giving me square root of 10. Easy, right? Okay, let's see how that's going to look in your homework. So, this is actually question number 1 from your homework, so I'm doing your homework for you. Thanks, Basimio. You're welcome. 3 square root of 6 plus 2 square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 5. Now, just like variables, I'm going to combine like terms. I can take the 2 square root of 5 and combine it with the other 2 square root of 5, but the 3 square root of 6 has no friends, so it stays by itself. This is going to be 3 times the square root of 6 plus, combining these two right here, I'll get 4 square root of 5, and we're done. Whee! Let's do another one. Let's take a look at number 7. Negative 2 square root of 27 plus 2 square root of 27 minus 2 square root of 12. Now, combining the two square roots of 27, excuse me, I can see I've got a negative 2 and a positive 2, so these are just going to cancel out, leaving me just with this. And then you'll notice that square root of 12, I can reduce that into 4 and 3, 2 and 2. So these 2's are going to come out, so I will have the original negative 2 coefficient with another 2, and then square root of 3, leaving me with the final answer of 4 square root of 3. Okay, let's do another example of one like that. Let's look at number 8. Negative 2, oops, sorry about that. Negative 2 square root of 54 minus the square root of 3 minus 3 square root of 24. Now on this one you might be saying, none of these are like terms, so I'm done, right? Wrong. So what you should be noticing is that 2 of these 3 radicals can be reduced. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce this one. I see 54 as 9 times 6, and then 9 breaks down into 3 times 3, where 6 breaks down into 3 times 2. So I have my original negative 2 coefficient, but then there's going to be a 3 coming out. So that would be negative 2 times 3, and then this piece is left on the inside, so it would be square root of 3 times 2. So that reduces to 6 square root of 6. This minus square root of 3 right here can't be reduced, so I'm just going to bring that down. And then 24, I see, can be 2 and 12. and 12 is 2 and 6, and 6 is 2 and 3. So I'm going to get these 2's coming out. So I have my original -3 coefficient, another 2 coming out, and then 2 times 3 on the inside. So this is going to simplify to -6 square root of 6. Now you see that after I've simplified it, I actually do have 2 terms that can be combined. So -6 and -6 are going to combine to -12 square root of 6. This minus square root of 3 just comes down because, as we said before, it has no friends. This is our final answer, and we're done. Let's skip ahead to number 18. 18 is 3 square root of 15 times the square root of 3 plus the square root of 5. Now I know you guys don't need to be reminded, but I'm going to say this anyways. These don't have coefficients on them, which means there is an invisible 1 in front of each of them. So 3 square root of 15 times 1 square root of 3, I'm going to use the distributive property right here. So multiplying the coefficients, this would be 3 square root of 45. Multiplying the coefficients here, 3 times 1 is 3, and then 15 times 5. I know you guys all know your 15s, but I'm going to do this for your benefit. 25, carry the 2, 75. 3 square root of 75. This answer is not complete because those numbers are not reduced yet, so I know that this is going to be 9 times 5. 9 is 3 times 3. So I'm going to get a 3 coming out, original 3, the 3 that came out, and then the 5 that stayed on the inside. This is 9 square root of 5. This one right here is, I know that 75 is 3/4, and then this is 5 times 5. So I'm going to have the original 3, a 5 that comes out, and then a 3 on the inside. So plus 15 square root of 3. All the way simplified, and we're finished. Now, one more example. Let's do number 22. Number 22 is -2 square root of 3 plus the square root of 5 times -5 square root of 3 plus the square root of 5. Now, you're going to have the initial instinct that I'm going to multiply -2 times this one, and then this one times this one. That's super wrong. Don't do that. Now, what you should be noticing is that this has the same form as a problem that we've done before, where it might look like something like this: x plus 3 times x plus 4. And right about now you should be thinking, oh, we have to multiply this using the area model. We should draw one of those boxes so we can properly multiply these. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply this using the area model. -2, that 2 looks suspiciously like a 3. -2 square root of 3 plus the square root of 5 times -5 square root of 3 plus the square root of 5. And now we get back to this very familiar operation. I'm going to multiply these two in the upper left corner. -5 times -2 is positive 10, square root of 9. In the upper right corner, remember invisible 1's right here. -5 times 1 is -5, square root of 5. I'm sorry, that was a mistake. Shame on you. This would be a 15 right here. 3 times 5 is 15. Bottom left corner, -2 times 1 is -2, square root of 15. And then this bottom corner right here, 1 times 1 is 1, 5 times 5 would be the square root of 25. So, putting those all together, I have 10, excuse me, 10 square root of 9 plus 1 square root of 5 plus 1 square root of 5 plus the square root of 25. Now, I know that 9... Excuse me. I'm so sorry. 9 breaks down into 3 and 3. Hopefully you know in your head that the square root of 9 is 3. But this is going to reduce to 10 times 3, which is just 30. Nothing left on the inside of the radical. Plus 1 square root of 5, plus 1 square root of 5, plus square root of 25. I could break that down into 5 times 5, but I do know in my head that the square root of 25 is just 5. Combining like terms, 30 plus 5 is going to be 35. And 1 square root of 5 plus 1 square root of 5 is going to be 2 square root of 5. And we're done. Okay, so you have 30 problems on your homework that need to be done by Friday. I've done 4 of them. You're welcome. Make sure that you download the worksheet from the class resources, get your class assignment sheet, and remember to do the post-class reflection. Stay warm, stay safe. I'll see you guys on Friday.